Hey guys, it's Megan here from Anime America. Now I know I'm supposed to start Moe month now, and I am with this little bit of tidbit, but I'm really sorry for not starting at the beginning of May as I was finishing finals and moving back from my dorm as I do live on campus. So let me start off with my Moe month introduction, and I'm sorry I'm not as composed as Robin is, as I'm doing this a little bit freehand without a script really. I decided to do Moe month as it was a genre I thought I really hated. Like, I like a lot of different anime, and I've been called the anime hipster for liking pretty obscure things, but since when is Bakudo obscure when it's been out for Funimation for a few years now, but whatever. But I friggin' swore I hated Moe. I swore it off over and over again. And then I got introduced to a couple of series I really liked that use the art style. Now I say Moe is an art style and not more of a genre, because a lot of different Moe do a lot of different things, where you have K-On!, which is a schoolgirl musical anime, but you have Lucky Star, which is schoolgirl random crazy otaku, and Bamboo Blade, which is sports, and Madoka Magica, which is mind-f***ing. So, I'm gonna cover it more as an art style rather than a genre like, or a series like Robin did with Sailor March Madness. And I know a lot of people are asking, like, oh my god, you're gonna get to do K-On!, and oh my god, you're gonna do Lucky Star and Haruhi, and I'm not. And there are three reasons why. One, I've never actually watched all the way through K-On!. I actually got really pissed off at it and dropped it fairly quickly. At that point, it was 12 episodes still, and season 2 and the movie really haven't come out. I don't think the movie has come out yet. But I was 2 episodes into a 12-episode anime, and I'm like, this is going nowhere. So I dropped it, but I do like the music from it, and I think Kyoto Animation does a really good job with the animation on that. Lucky Star, I have seen, haven't watched it in a few years, haven't watched it really since high school. It's a really hard anime to review, in my opinion, in that it's really random and really different, and attempting to review it is like attempting to get I'm going to make a really obscure reference because I'm into sports. It's like getting a Flyers fan to behave when their team is losing. So it's really complex and hard, and I really don't want to do it, and I'd rather leave that up to Robin if we do a collective thought. I'd rather her review Lucky Stars, it's one of her favorite anime. And I'm not going to review Haruhi, as in it's probably been reviewed to death, and I really don't want to review something that's been really reviewed. Oddly enough, because I'm new, and I don't think I have the chops or the licks to do it, and there are plenty of better Haruhi reviews out there that you can find. But anyway, I'm gonna take a look at some Moe series I own, I've personally seen, and that I enjoy, or I hate to the dirt, or I'm mixed opinions about. So we're just gonna start about mixed opinions, and I'm gonna start off with the Idolmaster, which was one of the one series I watched last year when I had to watch all the shows for the awards that Robin really suggested me and said it was really good, but I have a couple of different opinions on it.
I'm ready, I'm a lady. 始めよう、やればできる。きっと絶対私ナンバーワン。
So welcome to Anime America, Moe Month, Episode 1, The Idolmaster. When something gets translated into an animated format or a TV format, it usually tends to go into a weird way. Kind of like how we made Harry Potter into a bunch of movies, or the Barbie movies. In Japan in 2011, the popular gaming franchise The Idolmaster got an anime. Well, it got another anime, but we're going to talk about the 2011 anime. And literally, I will admit I've never played the Idolmaster games. I can't go off the characterization of the characters in the games. So this is going to be an honest review just from the anime point of view. First of all, let me get out all the good I have for this series. The music is really good, especially for J-pop, idol singing, that sort of music, and I really liked it. So I will admit that I also really liked how each ending theme was really different from each episode. So that was really cool. I will admit I do like the first opening theme, Ready, a lot more than the second one, Change, as Ready flowed a lot better, but both the animations are incredibly generic for a show that could have had a spectacular dance number opening, which both of them do have a bit of a dance number at the end. Ready is being a lot better than Change in my opinion, and you do get to hear both songs performed in the anime at one point. The animation is beautiful. It's done by A1 Studios, so if you didn't like Kurosetsuji and Blue Exorcist or Anohana, you're shit out of luck, and I'm sorry, but this anime was friggin' gorgeous. Like, if anything, the facial expressions were really bright, it was really colorful, and when it had to get dark, it did. And now it's another really good point I'm going to make about the series now, but come back to later. The series, when it had to get dramatic, did it really, really well. It was a bit heavy-handed as compared to the rest of the series, but it was a welcome change, as it really did offset a lot of things and make things kind of serious, and were actually the few points of the series I really enjoyed. So now that I got the good out of the way, time to get into the frigging bad part of this. There are way too many characters in this anime. There are at least 12 different girls to this company, not counting, I think, the producer and the secretary chick. The producer is named the producer, which I guess he's supposed to be you, because it's in the game, you're him, I guess, I don't know, but he's by far, like, my favorite character in the series. He's generic as friggin' hell, but he's likable, he's a good guy, he's trying to help these girls, he's not selfish, he's not creepy, and this is a harem anime. He's probably one of the better harem heroes we've had, as I'm accustomed to, like, he's not perverted, or doesn't get really into perverted situations, so I'll give the series that, but he's generic. And the formula of the show kind of goes like this. Girls trying to get famous, ex-girl has problem, producer comes in to give her life lesson, girl fixes problem, episode ends with her singing ending theme. So it's kind of the monster of the week style type of thing, where you think plot, monster, kill monster, resolution. Except for a few episodes, but that's when the drama kicks in, and thank God. Otherwise, I would have, like, punched this series in the face and dropped it when I did, but I guess I was really, really bored the weekend, where I just marathoned a majority of it, or sick or something, so that's why I didn't drop it like that. And I'd gotten, like, 13 episodes in. And by episode 13, things kind of changed for them, plot happens, so, yeah. It's really, really f***ing Moe. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing Moe month. So, for one thing I will also say about the good about this is that it's better than K-On!, as in the show actually does something, and I don't think K-On! Really does anything with itself other than, we're cute, let's eat cake and put cat ears on people. Alright, so the 12 girls, let's talk about them. There's Haruka. She's the first idol we meet in the first episode. She has to travel a long way, and her thing is, I want to be an idol to make other people smile and stuff. She really doesn't have a lot of problems in the beginning of it, and she's kind of just there for a while, and then towards episode 18, stuff happens, and she really starts to change, and she's like one of two characters we actually see really, really vulnerable to an extent where you're like, okay, I can get into this if you like really character-driven stuff. But it was kind of sad to see her fade in at the beginning, other than to be like El cheery, happy idol chick cadenza. Next up is the twins, Ami and Mami, and I wanted to smack them in the face with a hammer. Really badly. They were annoying as hell. It got to levels of, like, just terrible. And there are a lot of series that are harem that does twins. I'm going to use the example of Fuka and Fumika from Negima, who are kind of annoying, but at least they're cute in a way, and they do shit, and are kind of like ninjas, or ninjas in training, so that kind of makes them badass. But thank God, once they get their problem solved, they kind of go on there's a term called put on the bus, which I'm going to be used, where they just have, like, all these characters, and eventually, like, they get put on a bus and just kind of fade into obscurity. Thank God. I was so happy. I was so freaking happy. The moment they kind of get split up, because one of them becomes part of the sub-idol group, so. Next up is Habiki, the wild child. And for a while, I hated her too, and then she kind of grew on me. She likes animals, she has a bunch of them, she has a pet crocodile, which is kind of badass. She's the Genki, or the energetic girl of the group, and served as kind of like, she was kind of the strong one at the beginning. She does love her animals, that's she's probably up there as like one of the girls I actually kind of liked in the end of this. Not saying I liked a lot of them. But yeah, then she kind of faded into obscurity too, which was kind of sad. Yukiho is the shy one, afraid of men and chihuahuas and dachshunds and small dogs, and she was kind of, like, solved in episode 3 and slowly got better and stuff. But, yeah, she's kind of the wallflower. And I literally forgot about her, so. Next up is Ayori, who is the tsundere rich girl. She kind of gets a bit at the beginning of the series where she wants to look a little bit more grown up. because she does look 12 and she wants people to recognize her for more than being from a really rich family and that she's a good idol. She does help kickstart the 765 into fame, so I'll give her that, but then she kind of just goes off about Azusa. She's obsessed with getting married, she's big boobs, she helps get 765 kicked up a notch, she's put on a bus too, really. She kind of gets thrown away when she's done with. Takane, who loves drama and is really mysterious, gets resolved right before the first set of drama really happens. She was cool. I was really sad to see her get pushed in the background because I kind of want to see more about her. She's kind of creepy, mysterious one. Yaoi. Screw my pronunciation. She's normal, has a big family, gets put on a bus. They help her with her self-confidence in some, like, track and field event because girls told her she was worthless or something. Makoto, the tomboy. I'll give her props. She's probably the best developed character out of the two that get drama, really. She's boyish, she hates it, but she learns how to accept it. She accepts being the prince and having fangirls. She also gets put on the bus at this point, which I think might be a charter bus, with how many girls are just shoving on it. Just push them on the bus. Oh, Kotri, the secretary of the 765. She's kind of there as the secretary in the point of it. You find out she was an idol singer at one point. She's really good. Gets put on the bus, kind of there in and out. Ritsuko, the female producer of the 765. Formal idol. She's kind of generic. She works with the Ami, Iori, and Azusa. She works them like crazy. She kind of gets a little episode where she comes back and you find out she has fans and shit. Next up we have Chihaya, who is the anime's pretty much the only reason I kept watching the show. She's the best character. She has a really troubled past. Something with her family. She wants to work just to sing. She's not really in it for the costumes and the party and the, ooh, let's be teammates and idols and hee hee hee. She just wants to sing, and dear lord, she's a f***ing gorgeous voice. And I enjoyed whenever she sung. Her arc actually made me want to cry a lot. I wish she had more screen time. So yeah. And then we have, for the love of God, the reason I hated this anime so much, or at least I thought it was me, or it's about Miki. Oh my god. This bitch. Like, if I can borrow the bitch counter for this point, this bitch. She thinks she can get by sleeping and being pretty, and she wants to be... She thinks that if she can get into the other group, the subgroup, by working really hard instead of, like, waiting for a person to get off the phone, then asking them for permission. And I know I'm overanalyzing at this point, but it's f***ing stupid. And then she gets successful out of all the other girls. And you just want to punch her in the face. And I don't know if everybody's like, oh, but everybody loves the asshole. No! Biatch does not deserve it. And she is literally the focal point of every award and every battle, and she caused half the drama in this series. And oh my god. I literally was like, f*** this bitch. So yeah. Overall, what did I think of the Idolmaster? I thought the Idolmaster was mediocre. I say I hate it a couple of times, and I hate certain things about it and certain characters, but it will give the fact that it has really good technicals. But compared to everything else I watched last year and in general that I've seen, this is an anime that could be literally left by the wayside. There's a lot of people I know who dropped it because it was boring, and to their credit, yeah, it actually kind of was. But if you could, like, sit down and marathon it, you're like, oh, okay, it just takes a while to get up to the action, and it had a lot of promise, and just, it left a really bad taste in my mouth. So, would I recommend the Idolmaster for you guys? Maybe. If you like harem-y music, moe, stuff, oh god, yeah, just go ahead and watch it. But if you can't deal with too many characters being put on a bus, very little drama, too much cheer, and a major bitch, then don't watch the Idolmaster. If you like this review, like us on Facebook for our updates and stuff. If you want to support our podcast, please go to cafepress.com and buy something. And if you like this review, my name is Megan. If you don't like this review, my name is Justin Bieber. Signing out.